Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there at Our Little Geekdom, and welcome to another in Our Little Geekdom. I don't know, I'm gonna fuck it up every time.
What episode are we on?
We are on episode 9 now, I believe. Number fucking 9. Who knew that we'd have 9 episodes of this so far, and we're still going.
Crazy.
And people are still willing to actually come on the show
People
after
are
watching
still
the previous
willing
8
to tolerate
episodes.
with us.
Yeah, after watching the previous 8 episodes, they're
What's
still
wrong
willing to
with
watch
you?
us.
Why are you here?
Yeah. Anyway, so we got another guest, another friend of ours, another close friend of ours from South Africa.
Near and dear.
His name is ChickenWingerZ. So the
For
Z is
anyone
separate.
who watches our 7 Days to Die videos, this is the chicken that we always say, "Run, Tom, run."
Yes. So there's a reason why.
I love it. I love it so much.
If he ever watches the videos, which I'm sure he does now, after being mentioned in a couple of them, I constantly shoot him.
I try to save you. I really do.
And I keep
I always say,
shooting
"Run, Tom."
You see when I blew your head off with a blunderbuss, bro?
Yeah, I was like,
We needed food. Sorry, bro. You're the
don't be
closest
a
form of
chicken
food.
during a zombie apocalypse. Noted.
No.
No, bad idea. So anyway, ChickenWingerZ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. Wow, that's always like a heavy question, hey?
Really, is it?
Not really.
No.
Your channel, and it's never loaded, dude. This is just, what do you do? Tell us a little about your
Right.
you as a content creator.
So,
What do you do?
my name is ChickenWingerZ, and I have traversed the digital landscape. Okay. Yeah, so my name is
You can't even keep a
ChickenWingerZ.
straight face doing that.
So my name is ChickenWingerZ, and well, in terms of content creation, I'm currently a Twitch streamer, but I am starting to fan out into doing podcasts and YouTube videos, and somehow I decided this year that hopefully with enough traction, I'm going to be starting to do things to the same level of Mr. Beast, because giving back to the community is something that's really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like hopefully by the end of this year, I'll be able to, because last year I did a fundraiser stream, so I want to do the same fundraiser stream for the same place for Tellorg, which is organ donation, education, and I forget the other word that they use. But they're an organization that helps with organ donation in South Africa, and it's basically in honor of my mom. So I want to just raise more money for them, because they're a non-profit organization. It comes from the community. So yeah, so I want to give more to the community in SA, and then for fundraising stuff. Basically, try and do a smaller scale Mr. Beast, because yeah, that man is insane, and like, I don't know, it's like a motivation. So yeah, but other than that, right now, just Twitch streaming and podcasts. Yeah.
Streaming and podcasting. Anyway, so yes, as most of you know, that we a lot of the content creators have started moving into podcasting as well. Just it's because people like to listen while they're driving, or if they're doing some form of work. I don't know. I'm pretty much the same. I like to listen to podcasts and stuff like that. At the moment, I'm busy listening to audiobooks because I don't have my books up here, so I need my fix on my Wizard's First Rule and my Sword of Truth series. So I need my yearly fix, and I don't have my books, so I can't read them. So I started playing games and listening to the book.
That works.
Yeah, but I also like to do podcasts. So that's the reason why most of us are doing podcasts now, is because we can actually do that. And we can just talk shit the whole time.
Also,
without a problem.
what made you decide to start doing your podcasts?
Yeah.
So
And what is the idea behind yours? What is it going to be about? What is it going to do? And how often will it come out? And so many questions fired at you at once.
right,
Now it's going to be hard for
so-
him to answer.
No, quick fire round. I've been training for quick fire rounds. Yeah, so
All
the
6
podcast
questions.
is gonna be
Answer all of them.
Yeah, okay, all of them. Got it. First one is, I don't know what's gonna be out. It's gonna be random things. I first started it out to be basically, because it had the story about why I did fundraiser stream, a little bit about
Yeah.
myself and the story, and that's the first one. And then I'm just gonna
Which
take
did
it
not
from
make me
here.
cry, I promise.
She's lying.
Yeah, no, I it was an emotional one, especially when I was re-editing it again this year before I uploaded it. It was just like, jeez, it was a story. Yeah, no. So it's just like, yeah, no. Sorry, I think it was. So the day of E's birthday, the day after when you guys released the video, and it's the whole that whole no conversation.
Is that what you're trying to not do?
My brain was like, you just didn't tell me.
Dude, you're allowed to. You're South African. You know, we all do.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. It was just funny. I was like, oh my word, I actually just did it now. So.
Yeah, this is the problem with our friends watching our podcast as well. They kind of
catch yourself doing it afterwards.
Catch yourself doing the shit that you're not supposed to do on a stream. Yeah, no, bro.
It's like, wait,
no, I'm fine.
Is he actually going to do the podcast? Yeah, no. Wait, what's he saying?
To those of you who don't know, we're South African. Just
it
learn
means,
the South Africanisms.
He's talking about his podcast.
Yes.
So yes, don't know what it's going to be about, but it's just as it goes along, as it moves along, then I'll figure it out, because it's going to be in the same YouTube channel. So it'll be a podcast, but then videos and all of that, and then I don't have a traction for it. I don't have a plan for it, but I know it's just going to be something eventually that it will grow. I think it'll be a fun adventure. I don't have a plan for what type of podcast it's going to be. It's just going to
wing it.
Get it?
What made you decide to do it?
Just I don't know. It's like, so funny story is my friends used to say I should do a podcast many years ago. I was like, well, I'm a shy guy, so what am I gonna do for this? So then I was like, okay, well, what can throw me in the deep end that will help me with like talking to people and interacting and stuff in front of a camera and like recording. I was like, Twitch streaming, and I was like, okay, it was a bit crazy, but you know, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. So yeah, Twitch streaming isn't even something I wanted to for what like my main focus. My main focus was a podcast. Twitch was a training session, so I can start doing podcasts. So,
I'd say the Miles Morales Spider-Man thing that you do at each con is more of a training session. You know, people are going to talk to you.
That's true. Is this weird though? Because like I don't know, I love face-to-face conversations, but like if it's over the digital, it's like for me it feels weird because like okay, I'm just so it's like a hard for me. It's like a harder back and forth, you know, because.
We just lost you for a second. Jeez, it's fine. You're back. It's alright.
Okay. Hello.
But
you froze for a second.
Froze for a second. I thought there was like a load shed or something.
No, I just switched off the lights. That's all. It was me. I switched it off. So yeah, so what made me decide to do it, right? So basically I was like, okay, like I can't just get into it, and it's also getting comfortable with my voice and being like, you know what, my voice sounds weird, but like to me, like you know when everyone feels like their voice sounds weird, but I was just like, you know what, I need to make sure I get comfortable enough with it and then take it from there. So yeah, and well, now I'm doing a lot more Twitch streaming. Like Twitch is becoming a lot more less than training, you know. But every day it's also just helps me get better and okay, conversations, how to have it. If it's myself, because especially being a small streamer when there's no one watching, which in a way is a catch-22 because it's good because then I get to learn how to continue talking when there's no one there, which helps in terms of like a podcast. I'm going to record a podcast where it's just myself. Then at least I know how to talk and what to talk and what to say. So yeah, wait, now I lost my train of thought. God, curse my brain. Now I'm trying to find this train.
No, it makes sense. Why it basically answers the question of why you started it and stuff like that. So it's a weird train of thought, but it makes sense in the end.
It does.
Yeah, it's hopefully this year will push out a lot more.
So what got you into jamming RAFT with Kuya? It's also, I mean, I've watched some of those streams and dude,
you're like me.
Kuya's like the quieter version of me, where he just like he slogs along and does what he needs to do, and then you're like cares? You just
Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's
fuck
this?
about.
Help! I'm dying! Help!
I don't know what prompted Kuya to think like, oh, of all the people, I'm the most adventurous type. So it's like, okay, I gotta get out there. Like, we're on a like with the whole radar and building it. She was like, Tommy, do you build a platform for the radar? Like, okay, I will do this because I want more story. We will get this done. And I was supposed to make like a whole second floor, but I only made like one row of a second floor. So then
Yeah, we saw
I
that.
put the radar and everything there, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Adventure time. Now we got more story because we got the radar. It's like I still have to build the rest of the floor so you can at least walk on it.
Tom's going, what the fuck did you do here? Dude, we can't get to the radar now. Well done.
Exactly. Now build. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's always entertaining. So it's just like I first feel sorry for creators, like of all the people to choose, he chose the one. It's like, but he's very patient with me, and it's just really fun playing with him. He's a chill guy. He's
Yeah,
very
he is.
understanding.
He definitely is. It's true.
And that's
it
why I call him the
makes for
captain
good
because he keeps me. Sorry,
But he
Kev?
doesn't like being called the captain. I saw that on the other stream. Like, yes, captain, I'm not the captain.
I know, but he keeps us together. If not for his guidance, we would have like probably lost the raft already. Because I've released the anchor. Oh yeah, I released the anchor once and I didn't even notice, and it was just. But I was busy running around, so I wasn't actually focusing on movement of the map. I was just focusing on where I was running. I was like, Tom, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? Like Ross was like, oh fudge, no. Oh, God.
This is why you don't weigh anchor before you actually get off. You always weigh anchor when you're at the anchor.
No, I think the problem is actually no. This is Kuya's fault. You see, he set up the water filters by the anchor, so I'm not playing him because I'm trying to fill in water and I'm releasing the anchor instead. So
No, you wouldn't be releasing it. You'd be weighing it. You see, you release it, you drop it.
Wait.
You weigh the anchor, you bring it up. That's why they say the anchor's away. It means it's weighed on the
anchors.
boat.
Snap!
Light bulb.
Jeez. That's why they say anchors.
Anchor's away means
Wow,
the anchor is
okay.
actually up, not down. Because you weigh an anchor. You literally weigh the anchor on the side of the boat, and then when you release
right.
the anchor, it drops into the water, and they just say release anchor. And
That's
so-
why they say anchors when they move off. Okay,
So for those of you who are thinking that he was releasing the anchor, he was actually weighing the anchor, and that's why the raft went away.
Right. But I literally just got mind blown there. I did not even. Wow.
You know, for next
Yeah,
time.
I'm a bit of a ship geek, just so you know.
Yeah, I remember. I
Ships.
think it was like the two streams ago when we were playing Raft, and you were teaching us all of the
Not all
starboard.
of them. There was
Yeah.
that was the other lady was also helping there. She was also actually quite clued up on boats and ships. So,
Yeah, that was fun.
I just know
That was
stupid
really
things like what a square meal is. Do you know where square meal comes from? He has a bit of historical learning for those of you who don't know that I'm a history buff.
I know.
Yes,
Let me
Kes
guess.
knows because I told her.
Let me
So-
guess.
What?
No, he wants to
Where-
guess.
Where does
He wants
I'm
to
going to
guess.
ask the question first. Where does the term square meal come from?
Okay, let's see. Okay, wait. Okay, give me a clue. Does it have to?
It's really
do
simple.
with-
That's all I'm gonna say. It's really, really simple.
Okay, wait. Does it have to do with the type of food that they'd usually carry around on a ship when they
Not
go
really,
and sail,
no.
like back in the days? No. Dang it.
No, they had
Dang
all
it.
kinds of food on ships, so it wasn't. I mean, there were obviously you had your normal vitamins that you don't get scurvy and stuff like that. So you had oranges and you had your cookies. Well, cookies they were more biscuits, but still you get the idea.
Yeah. Come on. Okay, no, I give up. I thought I had it, but no, I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to give you two pieces of weird information here. Firstly, Square meal comes from the mid to late 18th. Oh, sorry, the mid to late 18th century. So around about, you're looking at about 1750 to about 1790 when they started actually having meals, proper meals on ships to keep the sailors from getting sick, because they'd catch scurvy and they get all different kinds of diseases. So they had to have their vitamins on board at all times. So they had oranges and all that stuff, which is not the point of this. But they used to get served the food, all of the food at once at mealtime. So this was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They used to get served all of them on a square plate. But everything, all their vitamins, so their apples, their oranges, all that stuff would be on the plate. Their meats and stuff would be on the plate. Their porridges would be on the plate, and it would be on a square plate. That's how they came up with the square meal, because it's actually it's everything you need to keep going for the duration of the time. A square meal. So that's where that came about. The other thing I want to talk about is the cookie or the biscuit that they used to have. They used to have dried biscuits. They were about this long. They sort of look like they look like, what are they called? The rectangle things, Angel. Those rectangle biscuits. No. It's like bread. I'm trying to think of what my mom makes it.
Scone? No, not scone.
I don't know.
Tennis biscuits. Not tennis biscuits. Bakers eat some more of them. Are made out of it.
Shortbread.
Shortbread. So it looks like shortbread. Yeah, it looks like shortbread. Okay, so it's about this big, and about that. It looks like a rectangular shortbread essentially.
Yeah.
As hard as a fucking rock though. What they used to do with these things is the older sailors never used to do it, but the younger sailors, all the newer sailors on board the ships, used to tap it because they used to get weevils in them. The weevils used to actually crawl into them and start chewing inside the biscuits. So they would tap it to get the weevils to come out, right? Now, the older sailors never used to do this. They used to just put them in their pockets and carry on, and then they'd only eat their biscuits at night. So it was always asked why they used to eat their biscuits at night and why the younger ones would just tap the biscuits on the table. The younger sailors always thought that they'd be able to get rid of all the weevils by doing that so that they can eat their biscuit at any time. The older sailors knew that wasn't possible. So they would eat the biscuits, weevils and all.
In the dark, when you can't see it.
In the dark at night, so that they didn't see it.
Protein!
And it was good protein. That was the funny thing. It was actually good protein, and it helped them a lot. From what I went, it was a very long time ago when I was in the UK visiting my brother before we actually moved up here. We went to Portsmouth and we went on board the HMS Victory. USS. I mean, USS in the UK. Okay, that makes sense. We went on board the HMS Victory, and I was also thinking Star Trek, so that's why my brain went USS Victory. But anyway, so the HMS Victory, we went on board. The guy actually told us all of this stuff. So the stuff about the square meals, why they would tap their biscuits on the tables. There was a whole bunch of stuff that actually comes from nautical things, a whole bunch of sayings that we have today that actually comes from the nautical, like nautical sayings. And they all have a point. For example, knots. Do you know how they did that? They would drop a string in the water, and they'd let it run in their fingers, and they would count the knots as they passed their finger. And when it stopped was the amount of knots the ship was going.
Oh, okay. I had a different type of knots. I thought they just mapped it out on, like, maybe they like somehow have a map of the ocean, and then they put the knots and then do some like Einstein level math, Einstein level math to say, okay, this amount of knots is actually how far and how quick we're moving. So we're going.
No, nothing as difficult as that. It was literally just popping a rock and a string into the water and seeing how fast the ship was going. So the ship would pull it, and then when the string actually stopped, the amount of knots that you counted was how fast the ship was going. So it's the most random things you learn when you're actually on these things. I was blown away. You can actually also watch the movie Master and Commander. It was very, very well done. It was a very well done movie. It depicts the history of. It's not a true story, but it depicts what it was like, what life was like on board a ship, very, very well. So if ever you want to watch something about historical sailboats and all of that, that's definitely something you should watch. But that's beside the point. It's now for you.
How did you come up with the name for your seagull? And I'm pretty sure you guys named the shark as well. I might be wrong.
Wait. No, I don't think there was us. We just always shout "shark" because, well, it's either destroying the ship or I'm dying from the shark.
But I know you have a name for your seagull.
Do we? Okay, no, I think Brain named it because I don't remember naming the seagull.
Well,
Wait,
it's
was I-
something that comes, and you said in the last one you said that someone, I think Herbert, or I don't know. I want to say Herbert, but I don't know. But you said that he hasn't shown up to eat your crops yet.
Harry the
Oh.
hovering seagull.
No, I actually don't think. No, I think I was just confused. I don't think I actually gave it a name. I was just so confused because like, there's a lack of seagull today. This is interesting. And then it came through later, so I was like, okay, I was wrong. But no,
It's pretty cool. Just kill it and make food out of it. So you let it go into
Yeah.
the crop and then you dunk. Yeah, you're my food now.
Oh.
See, this is the
I'm
problem.
sure that's how sailors did probably some.
No, they never
hunting
used to eat
during-
seagulls.
Oh wait! Oh come on, Raft, you're teaching us the wrong things here.
Well, no, if you're surviving, I suppose it's a good idea to do it like that. But sailors never used to do that. They had food. They had meat on board.
Right. And the fish. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, and sometimes they would fish. Yeah. So.
Stream, I'm not dumb. I'm just dumb with boats.
No one said you were dumb. Not everyone knows everything. You know?
You're smart with other things.
True.
It's
Exactly. You're smart with other things. I'm the history person. I love my history. So.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what video I was watching. It's like another gaming video, but they had like a podcast episode, and they were just saying that for some reason they wished they learned how to adult when they were in high school, and then all the fun history things after high school. Because after high school, like all the history things, like all the amount of YouTube videos I've watched about history has been nothing. Back in high school, I'm like, I don't want to know this.
It's
But
the
now it's
problem with
like
me.
history's insane. What?
Without history, we wouldn't have the present. That's the whole thing.
That's true.
And look, I learned this a long time ago. I unlike most of the kids in school, I actually loved history. So I had a fascination with history since I was a kid. Since I was very young, I had a fascination with history. It actually started with the sailboats and the wars in the 17th century,
Yeah.
which when it came to South Africa's history, it had to be the landings with the Dromedaris and Diaz and all of them landing here in South Africa. That was my first, really my real experience with history. You grow as you build. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And the thing is, yeah, I get it. Okay, when you're younger, you don't really want to learn that kind of history's boring until you grow up, and then you're like, wait, actually. But for me, it was always fun. I'd always enjoyed studying history. There was always something new to learn about history, and you can't learn everything. And that was what I loved the most about it. You just cannot learn everything. So there's always something new to learn. Always.
I think the same for me is more like if it came as a surprise, then it was like, oh crap. Don't force it on me. Like if it came as a surprise, then I was like, what? But yeah, no.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's how it goes. You live in Joburg, though. You've gone to a couple of the Boer War forts, haven't you? You've seen a few of them. Yeah. So
We did all the tours and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I lived in Monument there in KuyaBraye, and Monument Primary School is right next to, like literally right next to an old British fort. Kids used to get so bored. Oh, we've lost his voice. And now we've lost him.
I think there was a lag or something when my computer froze because you were still talking, like your mouth was still moving.
But there was no sound. I saw your face.
There was no.
See, they're going, it can't be that confusing. I was just talking about a fort.
So no audio came through, but I only heard about the fort. So no, I only saw your mouth moving. I'm like, okay, this is weird. And when I clicked, like when I just clicked, I was like, my entire field was like, oh, okay, well, thanks computer for just freezing up on me.
It's a pleasure.
Well, what would it be if we don't at least have some technical difficulties?
Exactly. It's part and parcel of it was the Geek Inspired podcast. It used to do that all the time. We used to have a technical difficulty every single time, and true to typical SA
legend
Geeks
lives
fan.
on.
Yeah, exactly. It just carries on with us. It's like we're the unlucky ones. I think it's us. We're the unlucky ones.
I think
that's why. So yeah, it makes sense. Anyway,
That's crazy.
so Kez has clearly got something she wants to ask because every single time I try and speak, I hear my voice in the background and it duplicates. So Angel, go ahead.
We'll link the video in the your video and our video because it is quite long to watch. But in summary, tell us about your fundraiser that you did for Tell and why you did it and all those interesting things. And it looks like he froze for a second, but he's unfrozen now.
It froze. No, it froze again. What is going on, computer? I rebooted you. You should be fine. Okay. Sorry, Kiss, please repeat. Yeah, it froze at that point.
Tell us about your fundraiser, why you did it, how you came up with it, but the short version so that everyone else can go watch the long version on your your YouTube channel because it is definitely worth watching.
Oh, thank you.
But have tissues with you, but not for a bad reason, for a good reason because you're gonna cry.
So it's basically because when I was so full fast forward, I was in Mauritius for a while, and while I was in Mauritius, I somehow contracted TB. At the same time, though, when I was in Mauritius, my mom was suffering through kidney failure, so she was going through dialysis and the whole thing. Unfortunately, and then eventually I had to go into hospital in Mauritius because in Mauritius they have like a big law about it. So it's like if you are sick, you have to go to the chest hospital to recover. Like, you know, they're super strict on it. So at the time, that's where I was. My mom was going through dialysis and everything. So that was like 3-4 months. And then when I arrived back on the 5th of May, I arrived back in SA. And then the 6th of May, and at that point my mom was already home because she was now able to go to dialysis and just the normal things. So when I got home on the 5th of May, my mom was already sleeping, so I said I'll just talk to her tomorrow, being the 6th of May, and then on the 6th of May, just when she passed away. So then for that, so obviously because with COVID and everything last year, I couldn't like go visit the grave and everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me actually just do a fundraiser stream because I want to at least give back. Because my mom always just loved to help and do things. So like in honor of her, I was like, you know what? Let me do something because this is something she'd enjoy. Like, you know, she would do something like this. So yeah, I did the fundraiser stream. I reached out and shout out to Shaz, who she was fighting for her own things at the time with her own. I spoke to her and I was like, does she know anyone? Because the 2 places I reached out to didn't have anything like that like available. So then when I spoke to Shaz, she told me about this place, and when I reached out to them, they were happy to work with me. So yeah.
Nice.
So that was I think that's the shortest version I can potentially think of.
Yeah,
It works.
And yeah.
we also don't we don't really want any more tearing up. It's really down. It brings you down. I mean, it's heartbreaking, you know, to hear these kinds of stories where this kind of thing happens, and I don't want to try and comfort you from this distance, dude. I don't have a hand to reach over. I can do this, but that's not going to help.
I mean, when I watched your video, all I wanted to do was freaking hug you. I'm like, oh, I can't do it. It's heartbreaking, and you know what, the fact that you actually are willing to do it, not the bad kind of heartbreaking, the fact that you're actually willing to raise that kind of money for these people and for organ donations and things like that, it, you know, a lot of people don't understand the kind of help that actually will give to another person. So it's really awesome to see that there are people out there that are willing to do that kind of thing. And obviously Kez and I know all about the fundraisers and things like that. Because we obviously do it, but you know, because you've been to, I think both actually.
Yeah.
Weren't you at both?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at the first and the second.
Yes.
24-hour stream that we had. The one at Nexus, that is. The first one was called Creators Ball.
Creators Ball.
Oh no, I wasn't at the Creators Ball. I think I was watching. I wasn't
You
the
were watching.
creator then. You know.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
watching.
Yeah.
The second, the Creators United, I know you were at though. I did see you there, I'm sure.
Wait, at the place? No.
No,
I was
you were
watching
streaming.
it.
You did stream though. You did stream as well.
Oh yes.
I remember seeing your name pop up.
That much I do remember. I know that you're at least a part of one of them. But yeah, so no, it's awesome to see that you know, you, like many of the other creators, like many of the other South African creators, is trying to find, you know, some way to actually give back to the community, you know, in your own way. I mean, like, you know, it's definitely something that's worth actually looking. You know, if obviously, I don't know, I think we would obviously donate had we the money at the time, but we'd spent some of it. We'd already done our expenditure for the time.
But there's always this year, because you said you want to do it again this year.
Yeah. So I decided, you know what, let me just, even if I don't reach like, and if I'm not able to do like the Mr. Beast level things, hopefully by this year I can gain enough traction that when the fundraiser time comes around, there'll be more traction towards it, so that people can donate to the fundraiser.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal this year.
Awesome. That's an epic goal, and rest assured we'll be there. We'll join in.
Yeah.
We'll come help you and do what we can from our side. We'll support you as much as we can from our side.
Thank you.
I know we live all the way in Scotland, not Ireland.
Hey, that was off stream. You can't reveal that was off stream.
Hey, play nice.
But yes, even though we're all the way up here, we'll still do our best to help you out as well. We'll see if we can jump on and maybe just do our own connected stream and see if we can like just help out on our side as much as we can. As obviously it depends on when the stream is. If it's during the week for us, we could because work does get in the way.
Work, yeah.
You know, adulting.
Yeah.
Something we all have.
But I
to
like
Yeah.
your idea of how you did it last year when you did the 25 days instead of doing like 24 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that's very awesome.
Which is it's a different approach, because then people don't have to watch for a certain amount of time, and you don't have only 24 hours, you have days and then some to still donate, because as far as I remember, I saw that the donation thing is still going on, so people can still currently donate as well.
Yeah, I still have I have a link on my Twitch page, should anyone want to like check it out, to go and click on the link and go donate if they want to. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome.
So when you're not streaming or podcasting, what is your favorite go-to game? Aside from Overwatch, because you play that on your stream.
Dang that.
You couldn't use that one.
So it's really random, hey? Like it's really the game of the day. I don't have like a offline game or anything. It's just really whenever I feel like I want to play this, I'll play it. If I want to play that, I don't have like a favorite non-stream game, because either games I play off and on stream. So yeah, I don't think I have an actual like, let's say, a guilty pleasure game that like I'll definitely not stream this one. This is for me only. Yeah. Now I gotta go look at my library and be like, okay, I gotta find one.
What is the most recent game you played offline then?
It's the only thing that's best to actually put through.
No. Oh, what?
Think about it.
But also,
Overwatch doesn't count.
Okay, then
about it,
Borderlands. I've been
good
playing Borderlands with a friend who has been so he's a Borderlands enthusiast. So he's like, Chicken, you got Borderlands. Why have you not played it? Just like,
because I'm chicken.
You know what to play with? So I was like, okay, you know what? Download Borderlands 2, light it up. Like, okay, cool. So I guess that's what I've been playing a lot recently. So
You got it for
Borderlands
free
2.
on Epic, eh?
Oh no, it was on Steam I think a year ago or something. It was like a collector's pack. So pre-sequel 1 and 2.
Oh, you got 1 and 2. I've got 1.
Yeah.
I can't install it anywhere because, well, I don't have a CD-ROM on this PC. You know, PCs these days, they don't have CD-ROMs anymore. It's just like, everything's
It comes as
downloaded.
I do kind of find that weird sometimes. Like, I know we've moved on from CDs, but I still just find it weird that, like, there's no CD-ROM slots on any computers
It's
anymore.
an extra thing that you have to buy and plug
You
in.
have to buy external.
Right?
For this one, you actually have to buy an external CD-ROM because there's no space for one. You can't put a CD-ROM on it.
It's weird.
Gaming computers are becoming like Apple.
Yeah, I know.
Pay for the feature that should already exist.
Yeah. No, they're becoming like Apple. Useless.
Hey. That's coming from a person who sits on his PC like 24/7, so shush you.
No, they're becoming like Apple. Useless. Doesn't mean I'm not going to play the games. PC's still better than Apple though. There's still more games on PC. You can still play more games on PC, and you can still mod more games on PC than you ever would be able to on Apple.
So for the people...
But I mean...
Oh, carry on.
You were going to say?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, it's funny that I'm dissing Apple like that because I literally use an iPhone.
Yeah.
But then I'm not like a brand. I'm not like a brand person. So it's just like if I ever use my iPhone, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cash out for another iPhone. I'll just get like a Huawei or something. Like it's
No,
nothing
Huawei are going a bit down. Hey, their wireless capability is starting to get really crap. Yeah, my phone, dude. I shit you not. I can walk
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry, there you go. But I walk from our office to our lounge, which is not very far away, and the router can pick up the PlayStation can pick up the router, and it gets a good strong signal from it. But
right.
my phone, it goes, oh, where's the connection? So you can't really do that. It's
one
crap.
of the. It's not one of the new models. It's the P30 Lite.
It's the P30 Lite. It's a pretty fucking good phone.
Relatively new.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, that's still a good phone. Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, so I'm looking at going onto a different phone now. So, well, we're looking at upgrading when we do upgrade to different phones now. I might just have to bite the bullet and buy an Apple. Ugh.
No, get an Apple just so you can use voice notes on Twitter.
I saw that. That was so
Yeah.
cool. When I saw you do it, I'm like, I want to see if I can do it. No, you can't.
Yeah, and I was like, because I was like, I remember there was a feature on Twitter. On Twitter, it was like South Africans don't have it yet, and I was like, okay, when are we gonna get this? And then it never happened. Then yesterday, I was like, what is this bar? Click. Record.
Yeah. Nah.
I remember I saw that yesterday, and it was really funny because you're like, oh, this is this recording, and South Africa didn't have it, and now we have it. And then you recorded a birthday message to Rusty this morning, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but I can't because I don't
Upload
have
to
an
iPhones.
Yeah, because then she, given what she'll do, she'll sit there and record me and make me sing happy birthday to everyone. Like, happy birthday to you.
He doesn't sing like that.
Yes, I do. I'm a terrible singer.
No, he's not.
I'm a terrible singer.
Anyway,
so she wants to. If she ever had to ask me this question, what's my favorite game off stream? I don't have one either. She goes, oh, but you play 7 Days to Die all the time. It must be 7 Days to Die. Yeah, but I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance yesterday. What are you going to say now? Oh, but I was also playing GTA 5 the other day.
Anyway, for those people who don't know, aside from you being a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber and all of that, you dabble in the land of cosplay too. So do you have any plans for your cosplay? Have you stopped working on it? Is it still something you want to do?
So cosplay is like
biggest plans?
Yeah. So cosplay, because I'm not super big into cosplay, but I was thinking that eventually, hopefully one day, I'll make like a Reinhardt cosplay or something. Not like a full scale, like medium size, because I've seen the full scale Reinhardts and I'm like, I would burn inside that suit. Oh my word. But yeah, no, honestly, with COVID and everything, like really haven't focused much on that. Still got the Spider-Man suit, still got the Natsu from Fairy Tail suit, but yeah, really haven't gone that deep. But I am eventually hoping to save up for the Miles Morales video game suit that I think RPC Studio has, because that's a sick suit. It's got it's got the literal designs of everything like from the game. So I'm like, yes, that is the goal.
The pinnacle.
That is
The one suit.
So logically,
yeah.
I would buy it.
Indeed. I don't know why you use evil off there.
I don't know why. Yeah, you. Miles Morales is the good guy. Tom, did you forget that?
Well, I mean, if you come, there is a bad guy, Miles Morales, but
yeah, but there's also a bad guy, Peter Parker. Come on.
True. Speaking of, Marvel's actually going to start a Clone Wars for Miles Morales now.
I've stopped.
Just
watching,
like Peter Parker.
Yeah, I've stopped reading all my Marvel. I don't do Marvel anymore. I actually don't do comics anymore, to be honest. I've just stopped.
Shock.
I've just stopped. They've become trash. They're just not worth reading anymore. I do not find anything interesting in the comics. So I've started like thinking I should go into manga. Start reading some Japanese manga and start getting some like
Go into manga.
Yeah. You're getting like I want to start reading the Gundam manga. I mean, that looks really good. So
yeah,
I want to start on that and then move up to, because apparently Dragon Ball Z is a bit more difficult to read than it is to watch.
Well, that's the first I'm hearing that, but I'm like, okay, how confusing can it be?
Yeah, apparently it's not exactly the same as the show. So you've gotta take it with a grain of salt, because the comics did come first. Well, the manga did come first, should I say. True.
It's almost weird. It's like all the movies based off comic book, like, it seems like they've all been dumbed down, all these movies based off of literature.
I wonder why. It's not for geeks. That much I can tell you. It's not for geeks, because we understand the history, or the, like, I don't know if you watched Picard.
Wait, you mean... Yeah, no, I haven't actually watched the series. I know of it, I haven't watched the actual series.
They really, really dumbed things down for people. Like, they made it so that anyone who does actually know Star Trek are just going, yeah, we know that. Why are you explaining it? What are you doing? But then they also decided to take the single episode element out of Star Trek and now turn it into an entire season of bullshit.
But that was like that when Discovery came about anyway, so they just carried on from that.
Exactly. I never had any hope for Picard. When Discovery came out and I saw what they did to it, I was like, what they did to Star Trek, I was like, yeah, no. And people were like, oh, look, they're making a Picard series. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be about as good as Discovery, so I'm not going to watch it. And I had to. And I watched some of it, and I didn't finish watching it. I got so fed up with watching it. It was so terrible. I just stopped. I was like, I don't like it. I can't watch this. I'm out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like you're right, though. Yeah.
It's not Star Trek for me.
It's not Star Trek for you.
No. It's like, I think we... what is the series we're watching now? The long series that we're watching that actually is episodic, Angel? There was something that we started watching that is more episodic than even Star Trek is.
The Viking?
The Viking thing.
I don't know.
It's not Vikings.
It's
not Vikings. It's not Vikings. It's not Vikings.
It's not Vikings. Wait, is it the one that's in not English?
No, it's in English. It's the Last Kingdom, I think it's called.
I think it's called the Last Kingdom.
It's all about the essentially England, or well, the greatest English king, I think Henry the Great or whatever the hell he was called, I can't remember, but him taking England and the United Kingdom, or England and Wales, back from the Vikings, essentially forcing them out of the British Isles.
Okay, that's a different thing. I was thinking of Ragnarok. That's on Netflix, which I think also focuses on the same thing. But yeah, no, that's a whole different.
You're thinking of Vikings, which is Ragnar.
Oh no, there's another show on Netflix, not in English. It's called Ragnarok. As I said, is it non-English? Because I know there's something similar.
The description of it online says, during their invasion of England, the Danes captured Uhtred, a young successor of Saxon earldom, and raised him as their own. Years later, Uhtred's loyalties are put to test by the Danes.
Yes.
So it says it's adapted from the Saxon stories.
Yes, because essentially Uhtred actually did turn against the... I'm reading something called the Northman's Fury, so I'm learning a lot about the Viking history of the country. There's only a small section in it about him, but apparently he did actually betray the Danes to the British, or to the English kings, so that he could actually fight them back and push them away, because the Vikings essentially killed his adopted family, or the Danes, because they had an internal feud, and what had happened was they had actually killed his adopted family, and he wanted revenge. So, and he went after them,
and then Ragnar came back from Ireland because he saw that the English were actually fighting, and Uhtred was trying to actually get him on his side as well, because he was trying to get Uhtred was trying to get Ragnar to help fight against, or at least take his blame away from what had happened. And
essentially
they
blamed him for killing the king, well, the Viking,
the chieftain,
king. Yeah,
one chieftain.
Oh,
but
jeez.
That's all the story. Some of that's the story, some of that's the book that I've read. It doesn't carry on for me from there. I don't know what happened. The book didn't actually explain anything. It just says that he died. He died. We don't know how, but he died. It's like, oh, gee, great, thanks. That's the kind of history I want. He died, and then they carried on talking about something else. It was like, no, well, this is what happened to Uhtred. He died, and then this guy took over, and then this died, and then this guy took over, and then this dude died, and then this guy took over, and this is all in a matter of like 10 years. It's like
Back
10
to your
years
point
they
of
whooped him apart.
episodic stuff.
Jeez.
But yes, my point was episodic things. Okay, so
Right.
so The Last Kingdom is a great episodic thing. Each episode actually has its own. What I like about it is each episode has its own story. There is a bigger story around it, but there is one. Each episode is its own story, and
So all the tiny stories rather play out into the bigger story at the end of it.
essentially,
Like,
yes. And I like that. I like that kind of storytelling. I cannot
that's true.
stand this lengthy, long bullshit that carries on and on and on, and you have to wait for the next episode to see. It's like watching Dragon Ball Z. It's like, no, I don't want to do that again. I like Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. I think it's a very good show. But you have to have the entire show, because you can't go, next time on Dragon Ball Z. I can't stand that.
I stopped watching it when we restarted watching Dragon Ball Z, and I stopped watching it because the one whole episode was leading up to Goku and someone fighting, and then
one whole episode
the next
of that.
episode they're still not fighting, and then you've got to watch for the next episode, and then they only start fighting. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, that's okay. Kez does not understand the Dragon Ball Z part of that. I don't mind that. What I
That's
don't
why
mind,
we-
It's
read the manga.
annoying.
yeah, that's why I want the manga. But that's why we've got the entire series, is because we can watch from beginning to end without actually having to worry about waiting and waiting and waiting.
Next
Yeah,
time
that-
on Dragon
yeah, they're
Ball
like-
Z.
They move a
But
step
they're 20
closer.
minute, they're 20-minute series or 20-minute episodes. So you watch 40 or 50 minutes or 40 or 60 minutes of it, and you've got basically an entire episode. Boom, done. Then you've got quite a lot of information in those two. Well, yeah, it takes too long, but what I'm saying is you've got all the information in that 60 minutes. So you'll get the build up to the fight and the fight in those 60 minutes. You should have the beginning of the fight, and then it'll drag on. But again, I don't do the whole dragging the shit out. It annoys me, especially when it comes to a show that isn't like that, was never like that. Buffy
Right.
the Vampire Slayer was another good example. It builds up to a particular thing.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. It builds up to a particular story. So it'll build up to like this, and this, right? But that all is like one big story, and each episode is its own story. It's its own episode, each one. There's no next time, or this is what will happen next time. It's like, no, this is what happened. The episode started, it had a middle, and it had an end.
What do you think
Right.
about it? Because otherwise he's not going to keep quiet.
I'm not going to shut up. No, I can't stand. I cannot stand it. It kills me.
What are your
What are
thoughts?
your
And
thoughts?
I always love listening to when I don't know. I always say quiet because I love when people like go on the tangents. Like they're passionate. I was like, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more.
Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn. Yes,
You're
Now
in
you
the
gotta go
hot
for the
seat.
tangent.
No, I agree actually, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, let's say for like recently, Haley and I were watching WandaVision and we're watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, and those are great because again, they always have the episode build up to the story. Like now with Falcon and Winter Soldier, they have a new Captain America, yada yada yada. I don't want to say any more to not spoil everything because it's only like been 5 episodes, so.
I'm never gonna
You know?
watch it. So
We're
it
not
doesn't
gonna
really
watch it,
matter.
so you
I hate
can-
Marvel now, dude.
But
So
For anyone
else,
Anyone else,
anyone else
watching or
watching?
listening, spoiler alert.
there you go.
So, like, it's the whole thing. Like, the whole thing is like it starts off about like okay, from the trailers and everything. Sam returns the shield after Captain America says he can have the shield and he should be the next Captain America. Then there's a whole story about that, and now it's the fight about someone being new, and like they take the whole story behind what the symbolism of Captain America is and things like that. And but every episode is always literally a build-up, and it's also focusing on around everyone that was blipped out of existence and then blipped back into existence, and radical people trying to fit back in because the government's not letting them. Like, a lot of the government is not giving them the support they should be because it's been 5 years and things have changed and all of that. So it's been a whole. But I like that because there's always at least, okay, oh, flip, this is happening. They give you references to things that you can even Google yourself to be like, oh, snap, this actually happened. So, like, yeah, this is comic, but I guess it also works with, like, Vikings and stuff. Because I'm sure, like, you hear something from your show where, wait, this is something, and then you Google and you're like, oh, snap, this man is actually a badass. What? So, like, I don't know, I like those things. But then, the ones that say next, I don't know, like, it was like the whole binge culture is like, like a friend of mine was just like, I'm gonna wait till everything comes out and then binge it, and I'm like, I feel like this is a much more recent thing where people have been binging because Netflix has everything available. Because everyone was okay in the past of just like, okay, well, gonna have to wait for next week or
wait for next week.
Yeah, we
Before
watched the
Netflix
rerun.
was around.
This binge culture.
I mean, I remember when my gran was around and she used to watch Days of Our Lives, and if there was something that she missed or Bold and the Beautiful, she would sit on a Sunday and sit and wait and watch for it. And then she had a habit of recording everything.
Yes.
But if she missed something during the week, she would sit on a Sunday and watch it or record it on the Sunday. And those were the good old days where you could just wait in anticipation for the next week or the next time. Not just have everything ready on your fingertips. She actually used to watch that as well. She was massive into her soapies. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could call
every
her
time I used to
a
come home.
geek.
Yeah? A geek.
She
A
was
soapy geek.
a soapy
Yeah.
geek.
Yeah, like I think my mom was the same. Like until the show ended, like every time coming home from school.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always those two. I'm just like, yeah, I'll never forget those theme songs because it was
It's
a
stuck
prominent
in your head.
Yeah, no, you gotta. Soapies. So,
do they even release proper Sophies nowadays?
I think Seven
No,
Alone is
dude,
still
you-
going. But no, as
No,
far
but
as
like
I know,
more
it is.
recently.
I don't think recently they've done any
they do.
soapies.
They do.
What? So,
Star Trek Discovery is a great soapy.
It's not a soap.
Soapy.
I'm sorry, but have you seen the recent season? There's more crying in that than there
It's
is in
not
any
a so-
soapy.
No, a soapy is where you have to have someone die and come back to life, and you have to
Star
have
Trek!
You have to have an evil twin, and you have
Star Trek
to
Discovery.
have a bad guy in the background
Star Trek
somewhere,
Discovery.
and someone has to be in a coma somewhere with
Star Trek
memory
Discovery.
loss.
I dare you to find anything that isn't in Star Trek Discovery that doesn't point exactly to a soapy.
And there always has to be a love triangle or an affair or something.
Star Trek Discovery. And it's
And it's sad that I know what needs to be in a soapy for it to be a soapy.
you also have to have someone with a stupid name like Trucker. Star Trek Discovery. I'm sure you'll find someone with a stupid name there that is similar to Trucker. Probably be like Space Trucker or something. What gives you the idea I don't like the latest Star Treks?
Top 10 reasons why you shouldn't watch Star Trek. Number 1, it's a soapy in video.
I'm telling you, it's like all of our classic shows have turned into soapies so that it's more mainstream. It was never supposed to be that mainstream. It was supposed to be sci-fi. It was supposed to always be a sci-fi show. You know, that's remember Voyager, Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation. 3 of the best series. Okay, I leave the original series out because I'm really not a huge fan of the original series.
I always laugh at it. I can't watch it properly.
I'm not a huge fan because it doesn't capture me as much as it should. I mean, I understand the history behind it, but I'm not a huge fan. The movies were epic. I loved the movies. So when you got the movies with Kirk, the only one I didn't like was the original, the first one. So the original motion picture. I didn't like that one.
But Tom, did you watch the new ones or the old ones?
Well, the old ones, because last time I can tell. Last time I watched Star Trek was before we even had 2010. So like before, like.
So that was like what's it, Wrath of Khan and The Voyage Home and all of those.
Yeah.
You see, for me, those movies were actually really awesome. I loved them. I thought that they were very well written. I thought they were extremely well done, and they actually just created the entire backstory for the Next Generation, and they made it actually work for the Next Generation, which was unbelievably brilliant. And then they brought the characters in from the original series. Some of them came in, like Spock was in the Next Generation. Dr. McCoy was in the Next Generation, and Scotty was in the Next Generation. All three of them were in the Next Generation. Scotty was actually, he went to engineering with Geordi LaForge, and Geordi showed him how the new warp drives worked. I was like, that is freaking awesome. You know, they actually brought the characters in from the old series and showed them something. And then Scotty actually helped save the day on that particular episode, because something went wrong and Scotty helped save the day. Dr. McCoy was just a guest on the ship. That was it. He was a bit too sick to do anything. He was literally he was in a wheelchair. That was he not the real actor. Just obviously the character was in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay. So, I thought you were saying like the real actor. The real actor was like, you know what? I'm gonna power through this.
No. The character.
Okay.
He was old, and he was getting older, and he couldn't actually, do much. He actually got some sort of disease, and he was getting very sick. But he was over 100 years old, so.
Right.
And then Spock came in, and it was all about. There was actually a 2-part episode, so there were 2 parts to it, where he actually came in and he was helping. He was trying to save. He was trying to help the Romulans become more independent, so that they didn't have to worry about. Being stuck behind the Romulan royalty. They were actually holding them down. So he was trying to actually bring them back to what the Vulcans and the Romulans were actually before. Because if you remember, Vulcans and Romulans are very similar. The Vulcans just embraced the logical side of things. The Romulans embraced their angry side, or their anger, and they were more violent. So there's a lot of history, dude.
Of course I remember. Like, my brain is like, wait.
There's a lot of history, dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Just, dude, go onto Netflix and watch The Next Generation again. You'll get the idea. I mean, there's so many new things that come in, and that's what all of us love about that kind of a show.
Anyway.
And then you get Discovery.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be stuck on this forever if I don't change the subject. So,
yeah.
What is the plans for ChickenWingerZ? I'm not going to say that question, but what does the future hold? What are your goals? What do you want to do in the future?
I don't know what question she doesn't want to ask, though.
My normal job interview, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yes, where do I see myself in 5 years? So, other than the content creation growth, because, I don't even mention the company, but like, I did reach out to a company, so they haven't gone back to me yet. So we'll see if things go well. And I just need to think of a challenge, and that's like the harder part. It's like, okay, cool. If they say yes, cool. But if they ask me what challenge or what's the competition for whatever prize, there's gonna be like, because that's where I am right now. I'm just like, but wait, what actual challenge can I give people that's like, COVID safe, but also, so yeah, I'm still thinking about that. Other than that, I'm going with the flow. I don't think I have a 10-year plan in a way.
It doesn't have to be that long. It can be like something you want to do this year or in the next few months. It doesn't have to be like in the next few years.
So I guess, work-wise, IT-wise, I wanna go into cloud, into just learn some cloud computing. So that's what I'm gonna take May. I'm gonna take May completely.
You're gonna learn cloud computing. So you're gonna have to elaborate. Are you gonna build a cloud server and
Oh no! I'm gonna study towards like. So yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing my Azure courses
Oh,
by
okay.
Udemy and everything.
I get it now.
I should have
see.
specified that.
You should have
My bad.
specified, dude, because I mean, I worked with cloud stuff before, and it's I worked on servers. That was it. I didn't know what kind of cloud you were talking about. Cloud, okay. Because
sorry.
Yeah, because you know how people get, I'm storing my
So,
information
sure.
in the cloud. It's not really on a server anywhere, you think, but you're wrong.
Anyway,
Anyway,
the
carry
amount of times. So Azure, and so that's what I'm gonna be taking like next month. I'm gonna be taking it off because again, this is gonna be a more emotional month for me. So
Yeah.
I'd rather just like take that energy and focus it more towards like studying in something, and then other than that, I and the mini Mr. Beast, or I call it Project Wing. Nothing at the moment. Really, those are the two main things I think that's gone on in my life.
Nice.
Like, yeah. But
Nice.
I really think of anything else I can. Yeah, no, that's it. That is like my brain is like the council of Tom in my head. They're all like sitting on this table and they're like flipping to the past, like. What is
He's got a Rolodex of information.
so while they're flipping for information on that topic, do you have any words of wisdom or any advice for anyone new to streaming, old to streaming? Any life advice, anything in general? Any words of wisdom, tips, tricks?
Pull a card, dude. Pull a card.
No.
Okay, go on.
Hello,
Okay, I do not.
You
I
can't
don't
do anything. I live in Britain.
I think I broke the
Beef cake.
console in his head.
Beef cake!
Yep. The council is like. You know, seen in SpongeBob. I don't know if you know this scene in SpongeBob, everything where like he's busy thinking, and inside his brain, like cabinets and everything going on
I've
fire.
seen it.
No, I'm watching his brain like do the calculations. Just like all these calculations going across the screen. Like,
No, the
math
SpongeBob
calculations.
analogy is very, very good.
So honestly, I think it's the same thing everyone has really said is just start really, and then eventually you'll find your niche. If there's something you enjoy talking about, maybe start a podcast and talk about it. There'll always be someone out there that'll be too shy to express what they like or something, and if they find like maybe there's someone that has something that's like properly obscure, not like like not someone will know, not everyone will know, and then all of a sudden they'll come across like you, and then like, oh my word, someone actually likes this, and then they'll share it to someone, and like you just build it from there. That's just one thing. If you think you might have something that not many people know, and then you share it, you'll be surprised at how many people on the internet could share the same and similar like view and like passion and love for that thing. So just go out there and reach, even if you're not a content creator, just as someone that's like at home and they're like, who can I talk about this to or something. Just go on the internet, search for it. You're gonna find someone out there somewhere. YouTube is a whole catalog of people. Reddit, so like there's just always gonna be some place for you to find someone to like talk about whatever you like wanna be expressive about. And in terms of content creation, really just start. Maybe do some research. A lot of, especially now, like from Theed's stream, when I was watching Theed's interviews, like do a lot of research, but also it is a lot of people. Streaming did like all of a sudden just shoot up in terms of the amount of people that started streaming. Like
it'll go down again once everyone goes back to work.
But yeah, no, it's just do your research, because you can just start, but maybe having a bit more research into it. Maybe you can't be perfect. You can't be perfect, but like just do a little bit of research. Make sure like the. Okay, well, don't make sure you know the service, but yeah, I don't know. I always feel like a little bit of research before starting is always going to be nice, because then you can also see if you want to actually still like, okay, no, this is too much information. Maybe I shouldn't. But then focus on something else. There's always a platform for something you want to do. I think that's the thing. There'll always be like a platform for something you want to do. Yeah. Doesn't not have to be streaming or YouTubing. It could be possible. It could be like I don't know what. Okay, I say the sentence now. My brain can't think of all the other platforms. But blogs, like anything, really, just get out there, throw the fishing line into the sea of the internet, and
the metaphorical fishing line into the metaphorical sea.
Yes, even though we usually call it the net. So my brain literally derped. Because I said fishing line, I'm like, but we call it the web. Why are you gonna throw a fishing line in the web? My brain was just like, none of it makes sense. Throw
the fly at the web and see what spider comes out.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're making me. Now you're just making me deeper right now, because I'm just like, the spider can be you, because you just threw the fly. The spider's gonna eat it. You are that spider, because
Dude,
that's the food. That is your nutrient.
Oh my god,
know,
you are such a fucking techie, dude. You overthink everything.
But it's fun.
You're worse than me. Jeez, like.
Before we go, no, I can't do it. No, what?
What? You're gonna insult me or something?
No, I was gonna get him to tell the story of the USB thing again. But
Oh!
I was thinking that in my head.
The
I was
USB
like,
story.
Ask
You gotta tell
if
us
I
the
ate
USB
another
story.
Have you been eating more USB ones?
Have you been eating USBs? I think we're killing him.
Right. So for everyone,
For those of you who don't know yet,
on top of being a Twitch streamer, I also like to consume USBs.
he loves his flash drive. He loves himself some flash drive. You know, when they said consume information, he took it literally and ate a USB flash drive with information on it.
And the information didn't even stick.
The information didn't even stick. It just came out all, disfigured. I am surprised that USB stick even came out. that must have been the most painful number 2 ever taken.
Is that where you got number 4 from?
Oh no!
He surpassed level 3. He's gone straight to level 4. This is the level 4 shit, guys. I'm dying here.
Oh my word! That's because of kids next door. Right. But yes, so for the story of USB was one day I lost something under the bed, and I was working on my computer and I had USB in my mouth and everything. So I was like, okay, I gotta stretch under the bed and pick up the thing. So I was busy picking up my bed. I was like, okay, well, wait. Put USB in my mouth, use both hands, search. And then I was busy searching, and then I kind of like maybe slipped and USB got caught in my mouth. Sorry, I looked at the bed because I was like, explain story. Look at bed because bed is the subject of. So,
He's a very visual person, guys.
So it got caught in my throat, and I was like, okay, well, this is, and it's not like I wasn't choking. It was like, it was just there. So I was like, okay, look, wait, I can't vomit this out, because I tried, and it didn't want to come out. Like, I was not even something, I was just like, fudge, I have a USB stuck in my throat. It's not even like, oh my god, I wasn't freaking out. This is awkward. So I was like, okay, well, I can't take it out. It's not trying to come out, so. And yeah, I swallowed it because, well, I didn't know what else. I'm not gonna leave a USB code in my throat. I'm not gonna leave a USB in my throat. It's not something you just casually leave in your throat.
She is laughing, just so you know. I know you can't see Tom, but she is laughing.
So then, what did I say? So then I was like, okay. I told my best friend and everything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna see if I'll fish it out. I'll wait the natural processes happen. So then the day happened, and I was like, okay, I think this is the one. I think this is the one. This is it. So, went to my dad and asked for like disposable rubber gloves because I'm not gonna just chuck my hand up in there. Then I took sticks because I was actually gonna I was waiting gonna pick up the USB. So then I took 2 sticks and I was like, okay, sift. And surprisingly, it didn't hurt because it was encased in the. It was encased in
It was nicely encased in the poo.
For anyone who has a visual mind, I do apologize.
Unfortunately, I do, so now I can picture that. It's like cracking an egg.
No. We'll be right back after these messages. These two need to compose themselves.
This is the problem with being visual.
In the meantime, look at me.
That's the problem with having a visual mind. You can actually picture everything. So anyway, it was encased in the poo, as you said.
So it didn't hurt. So then, eventually with the stick, I found it. So, like slowly moves the poop from it.
Cracked the egg.
Oh my god! Cracked the egg, pulled out the USB. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna just chuck it in, because literally my brain was quick. Because I was like, I should check if it works, and my brain was like, no, you're not gonna just plug it straight into the computer. We need to watch that.
Like most logical thinking people, no, bad, naughty.
And I'm not usually a logical thinker, but I think that thank God had some common sense. Unfortunately, so I went to go wash the thing, and then when I was washing it, it just somehow slipped, and unfortunately our drain had a giant hole in it, so it just went.
So you couldn't even tell if it actually worked after going through your digestive system.
Not at all. So that was. Yeah, wow, that was.
So for those of you who've ever wondered, yes, a
my
USB
God.
flash drive can go right through your digestive system. But the only thing is, if you do wash it, make sure your drain's got a little
Small so it won't fall away. Because otherwise you've gone through all of that for absolutely nothing.
He dug through his shit for no reason.
The
story was bound to come back up again, though.
I had to. I didn't want to, but then I had to.
Yeah. So, all right, we're coming to the end of the episode now, so we'll stop killing you with laughter and murderous stories of digging through poo, because Mr. Hanky that day was very unhappy. It was serious surgery performed on him then. Shame. I feel sorry for Mr. Hanky. Anyway, so
we are zen.
Calma.
Where can we find you?
Where can we find Mr. ChickenWingerZ? Well, plug your channels, all of them.
So just as I started in the beginning, you may find me on the various platforms. It's Instagram, YouTube, and I almost said Twitter, Twitch. Well, okay, you can follow me on Twitter too, but
And
yeah.
you're on TikTok.
He's about as active as we are.
Oh, and alright, I forgot about TikTok.
You know what?
Sorry, TikTok.
Look on the platforms and see if his name pops up.
No, but it's not the same on all of them, though. That's the problem.
Oh no, only on Instagram it's number 4. But everywhere else, it is ChickenWingerZ.
Not on YouTube.
All right.
I
I know your channels better than you do. That's a problem.
Well, you see, with YouTube, it never. I only started with, so I'm gonna use that excuse. I use my free pass to say, they only now started getting back into it. Yeah, so Irony Thorn is on YouTube. Ah, gosh. And I can't even change that name. Like, at least you have to create an entire separate account to get that name. So,
You're stuck with it.
yeah.
So if ever you're wondering when Irony Thorn comments on our videos when I'm trying to kill Tom, it's him.
It's just yes.
Saving the chickens.
Trying to, failing, but trying to.
And then using me for food anyways, because, you know,
Hey,
hunger.
I don't eat chicken meat. I don't think.
She doesn't know what meat she eats because
No, I
in this
don't.
game all meat is the same.
Well, at least I try and save the chickens, so there is that.
Oh, did we
Yes.
mention what we're doing for May, Angel?
No, we'll do that in a separate video, I
Or
think.
is that a separate video? Okay.
If you want to, you can, but this is...
No, I was thinking about the stream for the stream that we're doing.
No, that's another...
Eh?
We'll do a separate one.
Okay. You never know.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know, make sure to check out the SA Geeks.
Keep watching, because you're not going to find out on this episode.
Da da da.
We know how to keep you watching our videos. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Bond. I can even look at this.
Do the thing.
Twist my mustache.
You know, I'm jealous of you. Like, I can only, I can like, and I have to.
You can take the 2 hairs that grow on his chin.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
This, but
Ow,
end up
that
like
hurt.
this.
We pulled too much and then one popped out and never grew back again. And then he just doesn't have. He's got perma baby face.
Yeah. Gosh.
I can't picture him with a beard though, so it's fine.
Yeah, I can't either. I can't either. I'd be so weird if I woke up one day and I had a beard. I'd be so confused.
Well, one day, and pretty soon actually, I'm gonna have to be getting rid of this.
No.
Just for a little bit, so that our cats can get
Yeah,
used
I'll
to
grow
him.
it back. But our one particular cat, Gandalf, will freak out because he won't know who I am.
He is
Oh.
like Sheldon. He does not like change.
Yeah.
So I'm not even allowed to dye my hair because if I dye my hair, he freaks out and
He
doesn't
freaks
know
out.
who I am.
Yeah.
Even
Oh.
if it's like a lighter color.
Yeah,
Even if you
wear
put a hat on your head.
Jeez.
There's only particular kinds of hats I can wear. It's got to be a black hat, and I've got to wear it backwards. Otherwise, he will not recognize me, and
He
will
freaks
freak
out and runs away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I've got to shave this off so that he can remember his daddy. So eventually, you guys are going to see not a baby face. You'll see less hair. There'll still be
Yeah.
hair. It's just going to be less. It's going to be shorter. So
But anyway, for those listening, you can
But
find us
anyway.
on Anchor and all those wonderful platforms such as Apple and Spotify and all those. That's on Anchor. And you can find us, the SA Geeks, on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and BitChute.
Oh baby.
Stop it.
Oh yes. Don't forget to check out Zip's audio only fans.
Coming soon.
OnlyFans audio style, where you can hear this luscious voice. Oh dear.
No.
Mm.
No.
Anyway,
Make sure to send requests like the weather.
No, that's
Today-
your job.
Yes, Tom's the weather guy. I do action news, sensual edition.
Anyway.
We're talking shit now. So, yes, you can find us obviously on all those platforms. If you like the video, you can hit a nice big subscribe down below. You can hit the bell. Not that it does anything, but go for it. Ring that bell. It's not going to help at all, but go for it.
If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down and tell us why. If you really liked it, give us a comment and tell us what you liked most about the show. And I'm seeing that I clipped over there, so that was a pretty good one. Anyway, so as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you,
excuse
Tom
me,
ChickenWingerZ, for joining us.
Mr. Chicken Wingers.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for
having
joining
me.
us and being your weird self as always. Can't be anything else. And as always, remember, keep it geeky.
Bye.